Alright, this is a video to show us how to graph our density data that we got in the lab the other day. So you can do it on a graphing calculator pretty easily. We're going to make a stat plot, so you click Stat and Edit, and to make the video shorter, I already put my numbers in, but you can clear the whole column if you want, if you have something in there, and then you're going to put in L1, we're going to put our concentrations. I'm going to use L1 as my X. So we had 0% by mass, 5, 10, 15, and 20. Here are my densities. So those are going to be my Y values, my densities. And then you can click Quit. Now, we can actually use our stat plot. We can graph it if we want to. So you can go Second, Stat Plot, and you'll have to turn your stat plot on. The X's is list 1, so if you wanted to change that, like if yours is not showing that, you actually have to click second, and then right here is like list 1 and list 2. Mine are little blue numbers. So we would have X's on my list 1 and Y's on my list 2, and then we can quit and you can graph it. So there's giving me graph. Now mine is putting in the line because I actually was able to figure out the best fit line from my data. And mine is also zooming in perfectly because I went to zoom and I went ahead and did zoom fit. Or you can zoom stat because that fits for your stat data. So that makes my window nice. But I want to tell you how I got that actual equation of the line. So let's quit. Okay, so quit. What I did was I went to stat. This time I want to do a calculation. So go over to calc and I did linear regression. List 1 is my x-axis and list 2 is my y-axis, and then I'm going to say calculate. So here I have my A is the slope and my B is the y-intercept. Okay, you can see how I graph that in the equation. Don't worry about these two. Those are just statistical analyses. Okay, they tell us how straight our line is, and normally we're looking for a 0.99999, and ours is not that straight, as you'll see when I graph it. So when you go to y equals, you can substitute those numbers in. Okay, so I put that, and I used that button for the x, plus there's the b value, or the y-intercept value. And now I will graph that. So that's the equation of the line that I got by using y equals. And those dots are what I get from my stat plot. Okay, so we should be able to use the equation of the line, just again, Berlin reg, this one, list 2. And we can use this equation of the line to do our calculation. So when you go to write it on your paper, instead of A and B on all that, yours is going to look like y equals, there's the slope, and there's the y-intercept. And we'll talk a little bit more about how sig figs applies in class as well.